Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn the complete corporate GitLab pipeline, right? So this will be like very interesting video. In this will we learn like end-to-end concept of GitLab. So how exactly GitLab is working and the corporate exactly how they're using the GitLab and basically the real time, right? So when I talk about the real time job, what exactly a DevOps engineer does like during the real time using the GitLab, right? So, what exactly DevOps engineer does, what they actually do in the organization, right? So there are two kind of DevOps roles, right? So one is basically for support side, and another is basically from development side. So when I say support side and development side, is different. Support side means like what? There is a team who is already working on pipeline setup, right? They know like how to write the pipelines. So they are ready with the code setup and everything. But the support DevOps engineer, what they does, they only help to people, the developer, if they are facing any issues with the pipeline, right? Pipeline, any kind of runtime support or your application upgrade. Let's say you are using Jenkins on-prem and you want to upgrade it. You are using like JFrog on-prem and you want to upgrade it. So this kind of upgrade activities, runtime support. So this kind of activities done by the DevOps support people. But there is a DevOps developer who develop your code, like the pipeline, who they write it. Either it's for application repo or it may for your infrastructure. So they write the codes for them, right? So in this case, in this tutorial, we will also learn about the DevOps support, what exactly they do it, including the development as well. But this will be very good tutorial for beginners who really want to switch to GitLab or they are already working on the GitLab and they want a little bit more knowledge on this. Okay, so let's get started, right? So this is the browser open. Let me log into the GitLab. So uh, like GitLab is a tool. This is like end-to-end tool, right? You have CI/CD, you can keep it codes, deployment, you can store it works like as your Docker container, right? Sorry, Docker registry. It has also registry. So it's kind of end-to-end tool. So you can use for everything. This I personally like this tool to work on it, and this is very easy when you work on your development part. Okay, so it's taking bit time. GitLab to logging is just trying to verify. Very human, of course. I'm a human, and this may take a few seconds. Okay, it's taking longer than expected. Let's wait. Okay, let me click on it, and it should this time it should take. Strange. Why this is it's taking a lot of time. It's taking a bit time to fetch the verification steps. It's taking a long time. So let me try to open the other browser and see from there. Oops. So close it and start it again. It's taking a long time. Okay, looks like success this time. Cool. So you can also log in, like sign up or GitLab account. You can use your email and password to log in it. And here you go. Right. So I have logged into the GitLab. Right. So before I go ahead with the the pipeline test, before that, like I'll speak about something like which is very important, right? So this is a complete tutorial for GitLab. So you don't need to watch any other video, and this will completely help you to understand about the GitLab. Right. So exactly what organization they do with the GitLab, right? So once you have login to this site, you will see like a lot of things are here, right? Left hand side, you have project, you have groups, you have issues, you have merge requests, right? And so you have merge request, you have issues, to-do list, milestones, snippet, a lot of things are here, right? So let's talk about first project. So what exactly project it is? So project is nothing but like your repository, right? Your repository. So now when you click on the project, you will see I have like 51 repositories in my account, right? So if you want to create a project, just click on the new project, right? So once you click on the new project, it will tell you like what type of project that you want to create. You want to create a blank project or create from a template or import a project or on CI/CD from external repository. Okay. So for now, like since we are starting it up, so it is better for us to create a new blank project. Okay. So let's create a blank project. Now I've created it. So project name is, let me tell you, like my first project, or give something called give a good name, corporate name. Okay, let's say I'll give a name which is like okay, box views external client API, right? This is my it's kind of project like box views external client API. Okay, so then it asks me like project URL. So here it says like either you can create this project under a group or a namespace. So for me, like I have a lot of groups here created here, but for now, like I'll be creating a user from username, and now I can keep this as a private and click on project, right? So now what will happen? My project will be created. So my project is created. Okay, so project is ready. Now we will in future, in the next coming tutorial, like we'll working on this particular project. Now go back to your project has been created. Now go back to your again project. So here if you see it says groups. So either you can create a project from a namespace or a group. So if you click on the group, so group what exactly it does? Let's say you have in your organization there are a lot of team members are different department. Let's say you have a team called payment. Let's say you have a team called who manages the policies. Let's say you have a team from operation. Let's say you have a team from different like developer team. So you can create a group. So based on the group, you can create the repo, and when you will give the permission to a group, the number of people belongs to the group will have the access, right? For example, let me create a new group, and inside the new group, let's say I'll just type it create a new group. I'll give the name called create a group. Let me give a name called payment team. So payment team group, I'm creating it. So what will be the role by default for this group? I'll just give it DevOps engineer, right? So or anything that you want, like product design or data analysis, whatever, for system account DevOps engineer. Let me give a DevOps engineer or software developer. Let's say give a software developer, right? So who will be the using this group for my company or team, right? So what will be using this group for? You can give any region that you want to store my code, right? And add your email agent and create the group. So once you create the group, you can and see the group has been created here. Okay. Now you don't need to be create any subgroup here, and inside this group you can create a new repo. Okay. And once you give permission to that particular repo, so you will have access to that particular repository. Okay. So this is how this they are managing, but generally DevOps engineers they don't do this. Okay, this is handled by a central team. Like depend upon the organization. If you have a very big organization, they'll be handling it from this side because this access management and all these things is managed by DevOps support people, right? If there is a project and there is an organization, they have the DevOps support and they have a DevOps developer. So DevOps developer, they definitely they won't do it, right? But for the DevOps side, from the DevOps support side, definitely they will be doing it because there will be multiple teams, multiple users, so they will be managing these credentials or entitlements. Okay, so that's what it is managed. Okay, so now if I go back to the GitLab project again. So let me open my project. Okay, let it completely open. Okay, let me open my repository here. So once I clear the repository here, it says like your repository we have created just before some time. Now, if you see there are a lot of things are here on the left hand side. So you have like all the issues. So what is the issues? Issues is nothing but like related to this particular repo. Let's say in this particular repo, there are a lot of people are working. DevOps is working on this and your developer is working on this. So developer will make the changes only related to the application. Okay. But the DevOps will make the changes related to their perspective. If that is related to your pipeline, that is related to your infrastructure, or that is related to something else that need to be done from the network side. If everything is managed through code, which is called ISC, okay. Let's say you have completely this particular project and you have issues tracker here. So let's say I'm a DevOps engineer and I'm facing an issues. The issue is that or let's say I'm a developer. So what I'm facing issue when I'm pushing some new changes, but pipeline is failing. Okay. Now let's create a new. What he will do, he'll just create a new issue. Okay. So in the new issue, he will explain that, ki, hey, I push pipeline. I'm pushing some new changes, but it's failing. I'll just say pipeline is failing. So pipeline is failing. So it's a issue. So you can explain like what under data should type like pipeline is failing when tried to push any new changes. Push any new changes. And you can assign somebody or keep it like similar to this milestone and label. So you can create the label. Let's say create a project label first. So label, let's say he the ticket who is creating is a developer. So he is trying to assign this ticket to a DevOps engineer who will going to check it. Let's say create a new label called DevOps and select any of the color code and click on create. So and click on issue. So what will happen here? So DevOps like developer created a new issue. Okay. So developer created a new issue and the issue is say like pipeline is failing. Okay, so now once I log in it, or once the DevOps engineer will log in and he will be notified. So if you see here, and he'll be notified like there is something happened, one of the issues which is like somebody has created a ticket or somebody has created a issue and the issue state is still open. It says like pipeline is failing after trying to new changes, right? So now in this case, what you have, if you're working on it, just add a comment like working on it. You added a comment, just added a comment like working on it. So the issue who was created is being notified by the DevOps like okay somebody is looking into it and his name is this one, right? So this is how people are creating issues from GitLab side, but maybe in your organization if they are using GitLab, they may not be using this, they may be using some Jira and which will be integrated with the GitLab. But for this case, I'm not telling you about the Jira, I'm talking about the GitLab here. So you can also use this one as well. And now once you created this one and it says like working on it, okay, so when you have done and you fix the changes, you can say like issue has been resolved and what changes you did. Issue has been resolved after resolve after removing the catch or anything after removing some unnecessary or incorrect variables you added and comment and close this issue. So this issue has been closed, and if you see the report has been closed yet. Now this is completely done now. Okay, so once this is how like you can create, and if you this is how you can create and you can like close and remark this, and you can see a lot of issues from your issue dashboards or issue boards. If you click on the issue boards, so this will be issue board where you will see all your issues that has been created by DevOps or that has been created by developer. So you can manage those issues from here. Okay, so one issue was open and it's been closed here, which is pipeline failing. Right, this is related to issues and merge request. So merge request we will learn it in future. So merge is nothing but like you are adding some changes which is tested, working as expected, and that you want to add or append these changes to your working code. That means most of the organization, I mean everyone, they manage their code, I mean working code where they don't have anything else. Then there is no bug, there is no other issues, nothing. It's completely a working build of code. So they maintaining those code in a master branch or the main branch, right? So let's say I'm adding a new feature to the application. So what I can do, I can create a feature branch out of the master branch, and then I will make the changes. I'll test it from feature branch. If that works fine, then what I'll do, I'll create MR, I mean merge request to say ki, hey, the changes what has been done by me, it's working as expected, and I want to merge this code to master and deploy to dev, right? And test it out. So what he will create MR request and he will send that MR to the approver or reviewer. He will review this one, what changes you are adding it and what changes you are removing it. And if that's expected, then query can do. He will approve it and merge it. But in future, we'll see that. Okay. And this is the manage. Manage nothing but like create the members and give the members permissions. But basically, again, this will not be taken care by DevOps developer. This will be taken care by the DevOps support people. If there is a team, big team of developer, big team of DevOps, so but there is team will be there who will be supporting them, which is called DevOps support. So they'll be creating the members. They'll be giving permission to the repo. So let's say this particular repo I have only access this one. So what I can do, I can just invite a member or invite a group. So I showed you already how to create a group. Let's say I created a group called payment team. Let's say I want to give permission to my payment team. So what role I want to give to them? Developer role, and I click on invite. So in this case, what will happen? So payment team will be added to this particular repo. So who are belongs to the payment team, they will have default permission to this particular repo with the developer access, right? So like members were successfully added, that is fine. And again, DevOps developer Will not be doing anything else here. Okay, so now go back. Okay, now okay, so now labels, like I created a labels called DevOps. So let me create a new label for DevOps, or not DevOps, like developer, right? Oh, it's taking big time. Let me add called dev team, or developer, just as the dev team. Okay, so just give a new code called code and create a label. Right, so I have two as of now. Okay, now this is, we have two tags. So when you subscribe to these two tags, you'll be getting messages or emails, like when there is a tag created or there is a ticket created to this particular label, right? So cool. Now let's go ahead and click on the plan. So I already told you, like, these are the issues and issues dashboard, so nothing to explain much. You can also explore it. You can just sign up to the GitLab and explore it, right? So now go back to the code, which is very, from here, like, we'll be seeing like very most important things, right? So how this will happen. Now what we will do it, right? Let's say, okay, now let's go to the real-time job. Now you joined a company, right, as a DevOps engineer. So you joined, you have completely onboarded to the project, you are ready to fight. Now your manager assigned a ticket to you. The ticket says, the developer team, they are saying, so we are planning to set up a new service. So we are planning to set up a new service. Please help us to onboard this application or this particular service to DevOps infra, right? So what they will say, I have, or we have completely code is ready, application code is ready. Help us to onboard to DevOps platform. That means they are asking you to write the pipeline for this particular project and deploy this to non-fraud environment. And if non-fraud is working as expected, regression is done, checkout is done, then we will plan for the production release in the upcoming sprint or whenever it is required. Or the target, they will have a target point, like in this particular sprint, this application should be in production, right? This will be your requirement. So this will be your requirement. So what we will do it in this case, now the ticket is assigned to you and you joined as DevOps engineer. So your what is your like first priority to check that particular issue? The first priority is that you need to understand what application it is. Do you have any similar application which is already onboarded to DevOps infra? How the company is following the standard process to onboarding a application to DevOps infra. So how, what are the standard processes they are following? You should well know about those things, because you cannot write pipeline on your own, right? Whatever you will learn, you can write anything from, no. Company is following their standard code metrics, right? So they have a completely compliance approved code matrix. So this should following this particular matrix or processes to onboard a application. Okay, so you need to follow that, and then you need to see how this is working, how this is building, then you start working on it. Okay, now your job starts. So what it will be, they have given a application to you, so you need to start working on it. Right now I'll tell you. So before I go ahead with this, I just want to tell you key few of those things about the GitLab. Which I've already told, like GitLab is a web-based platform that helps companies to manage software development lifecycle, from coding, testing to security, documentation, and the governance. So it's kind of built around the Git, and it's, we can say, like, it's a distributed version control system, and offers a range of tools that features to manage your Git repositories, project planning, continuous integration, continuous deployment, code review, issue tracking. Okay, so a different kind of AI powered like workflows, automations, and etc. etc. and etc. This is how like GitLab it is, and it's a very good tool, right? So GitLab CI/CD pipelines. So we'll start talking about the GitLab CI/CD pipelines. So GitLab CI/CD pipelines, what exactly it happened? It's a kind of you have like free, premium, and ultimate. You can use it. So this is called the tiers. So offering, I mean, where you can use it, you can use it in GitLab.com, which is like a cloud, or you can use it in the self-managed GitLab server. Self-managed, most of the companies they'll be using their self-managed. Few of the companies they'll be using the GitLab cloud. Okay, so based on the things. Now let's start how exactly you will start on your project. Now let's create an issue first. So what is the issue? Issue is nothing but please onboard this particular project to use GitLab pipeline. Now create a new issue. Onboarding a new application to GitLab. Sorry, not GitLab, to DevOps platform. Okay, onboard a new, you can say onboard a new application to DevOps infra platform. Copy this one, paste this one, and go back to this particular repo. Onboard, sorry, onboard. Onboard. So now you have this, and they have given the repo name as well. So this is the repo name. Okay. So let me create a duplicate and insert this. Okay. So what I can do, I can click on my repo and yeah. So copy this and paste it here. Assign limit and DevOps. Let's create a assign this to DevOps and create the issue. Now there is a ticket. So I'm doing it from GitLab side, but people they will using from Jira handle, right? So now this issue has been created that they are asking us to onboard this application to DevOps infra. That means I will start writing pipeline codes for this. I'll deploy it to dev, I'll deploy it to QA, then I will deploy to production as well for this particular request. Okay, now let's get started with the real-time job. Okay, so now let's not discuss more, which will getting you bored watching all this kind of UI things. So you will be, I don't want you to waste your time. I just want to utilize your time, understand the real time things instead of talking a lot, showing a complete documentations and some UI things, right? So these are the things you will get to know when you'll have some time to explore all these options. You definitely can get it. But now let's get started. So now since like you joined as a DevOps engineer here and the ticket is assigned to you, application onboard this application to use the DevOps. Now, what is your job? Go to the application, clone this. Okay, okay. When you click the application, you don't see any codes, right? It's completely empty. Now here, what you will do? Let's you work as a developer, means add the codes here. The dev codes here, application codes. Then you write your pipeline as a DevOps engineer. So let me take some sample project from sample war file GitHub. Take some sample project from GitHub. Okay, let me take this box view sample. So I'll click on it. So click on code. Now zip. I just downloaded. Okay. Now go back to this one. So sudo su home DevOps download, and you have this box views .zip, right? So what you can do it. I just want to export it, but before that, what I will do it. Let me create a directory where my all the project will be there. So now what I'll say, let's say DevOps infra on board. I'm just creating a directory called DevOps infra on board because inside this directory I will keep all of my projects. Now let's make it a full permission. Okay, cool. Now go to DevOps, or you can copy this. So okay, let's go to home DevOps download. So you have this file here, right? Copy. So file called zip. Let's called copy file called box views and go to DevOps infra on board. Now if you go to DevOps infra on board, you have this file. Let's unzip this file. Okay. So box views. Cool. You have unzipped. Right. Now what you will do? Let's do one thing. Open our VS Code extension where I will be using this IDE for entire development process. Okay, so you also start practicing using IDE instead of using for web IDE. So now let me click on terminal and go to the file, open my directory. Okay, open my directory. This is the DevOps infra on board. Click on open. So here what will happen, this will come here. Cool. And inside this I can see this project is there. Let's go ahead and remove this rm box views master zip. Cool. And this is a big name, right? Box views sample java. Let me uh, rename it to very small, which is called box views. Box views, right? So you have box views now, and when you see it here, you have box views now. Now you have the completely repo here. So you have the completely repo here. Cool. So now I have cloned the repo. So okay, here is box views, but what I will do it, I will just clone my repository where I want to keep those codes in this particular repository. Just click on code and clone it. So go to terminal. So it will open the terminal and below here trust folder and continue. So git clone. Little slow. My beam is a little slow. It is. Okay. So I have cloned it. So I have cloned it. Now inside this, if I go here, I have only readme. Now let's go here and copy everything, whatever it is there, whatever there. Whatever there inside to these two box views. DevOps on board, box views, external, sorry, say directory. So let's use -r. Now go back to here and see if the codes are available here. Super, your codes are available here. So I have license. Super. Now what I can do, let me remove the box fuse one, which I don't need now. So rf box fuse. Okay. As you see here, I have only one repo which is available here. Now let me build it. So first, this is a Java project. First, I want to tell you this is a Java project. So using this particular project, we will start learning about the GitLab pipelines. So generally, like when you build a Java project, like we will have an artifact called jar or var file, right? So when we have that artifact, right? So you will deploy that, right? So what exactly, like I believe right? What is jar and what is the var file, right? So jar and var is nothing but like there are kind of two common archive files. So this is like formatted used to Java development. So each like serving the different kind of purposes. So when I talk about the jar, which is called Java archive, and var, which is called like web archive. So Java archive is nothing but is like a package and used to like aggregate many Java class files like metadata, resources such as like images, properties files into like a single file for the distribution. And jar file are typically used for the libraries, frameworks, and standalone Java applications. And Java files also can be executed using the Java-jar command by the specifying the main classes or directly. And when you talk about the var, which is called like web archive, so a var file like is a package. So this is basically used especially for the web application purpose in the Java. So a WAV file contains like all the necessary components such as like including services, JSP files, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and lot many other resources. So this is the general difference between the Java and jar and var. But this project where I will be working on with you guys, it's like a war file. So how I will get to know when I build this package or compile this package, I will get the artifact. Okay. So what I can do it, I'll just right click on the project, click on like Marvin and click on the new project. So you will see like you'll have a Maven option over here and you will see your project here, right? So if you're using VS Code as a IDE, what you can do, you can just go to extensions, install the Java, right? So when you install the Java, you'll have this Maven. You install the Maven and Java both. So you'll have these options. So it will be easy for you to build locally before we test it in pipeline, right? So we need to test everything locally first. Then we will write the code and push that in the production, or sorry, the pipeline. So in this code, how I'll test it if this code is working and we have the war files. Now let's right click on it, run Maven commands and click on clean first. And then what you will do, right click on it again, click on the run Maven commands and install. Now let's wait. The clean command, let finish. Now click on install. Now click on install. So this will success. So it's trying to downloading the dependencies from Maven repository. Now let's see. Let's wait for a couple of time and see. Scroll down. Oh, it says fail. Okay, why it says failed? It says source option 6 is no longer supported, is used or later. Okay, looks like few of the plugins which is in pom.xml as defined is not working, I believe. So yeah, cool. So what I can do it here, I can just use it 3.2.3 and let me use source version as 11 instead of 1.6. Okay, that's it. And let me rerun this build again. Okay, it says like I don't have permission. Now what I can do it, let me give the permission. Which permission? Okay. Um, so go back and give the permission to chmod, give the full permission so that it will not be any blocker for us as of now. But this is not recommended to give every time full permission. So give enter. Now let me save it. Saved. Now run it again. YAML install -f, then your POM file path. Again, it will try to find out the respected plugin details, compile plugins, and I believe this time it should work. Okay, cool. So build looks like successfully done. And I told you right, when you build this project, definitely we should have a artifact called var or jar. And for since it is a web var project, and we should have under the target directory. So if you see this target directory has been created automatically, and if you click on it, and you see hello hyphen dot one dot var file is ready. This var if we need to deploy to our Tomcat server, and we need to see it how this work. Cool. That means the project what they have done is done. Now what I do it, let me push these changes too. But before that, clean this. I don't want target directory to be pushed. Just click on clean. So it will clean the target directory. We don't need that directory actually. So it's cleaned. Now where I am, okay. So git branch. I mean, so git branch. So I'm in main branch. Now let's not push to the main branch. Well, you can push the main branch for as of now, like git add git commit. Okay, commit. I'm typing this code. Let's say this code is from dev team. Okay, I have not added anything else. So now git push. And once you push this code, go back to our repo and refresh. Click it here. Refresh it. So the application, I mean the code from developer is now in the repository. If you see, now code is from dev team. This code is ready. That means this code, let's say this code has been written by the dev team. Cool. Nothing to anything. This is very clear now. Now we need to use this particular project to use the GitLab CI/CD pipeline. Okay. So the code is ready and we need to write a pipeline. So before write the pipeline, I just want to tell you a few things, right? So what is pipeline, and especially for the GitLab CI/CD. Okay. So GitLab Actually, starting with the GitLab CI/CD pipeline. So CI/CD is nothing but like a continuous method of software development that you already knows, or we already knows that. So where like we continuously build, test, deploy, and monitor the respective code changes, right? So it has a like so when I say like respective processes that helps to reduce the chance of development the new code based on the bug finding or previous failed versions. So this one what you can do, it has like couple of processes or the stages that it help us to find out the bugs. So we have a plan stage where like we will like manage our organization, how the organization with project works and what is the plan and track of the work. And we'll have a like we can create a project or a repository, we can manage our code. So using the CI/CD we can verify and we can build our app and we can securely deploy our app. We can release this and monitor the applications. Okay, so while we creating a CI/CD pipeline for GitLab, so generally what happened, there is a file to use the GitLab CI/CD. You can start with a file name called .gitlab-ci-yaml file at the root of the project, right? So it says, so whenever we'll click on the project, any of the project, like let's click on any file and create a file. So the starting with .gitlab-ci.yaml. So this is the file where we will be writing our code. Okay, so where we will be writing our code. So first, so when I talk about the code, what will be there? Generally, it will be so what code will be, it will be there. Okay, so let me tell you. Let's say first like we will build the code, then we will test it. Okay, then if everything both is working fine, we'll get the artifacts ready. And once artifact is ready, we'll push that artifact to the artifactory and from artifactory. And once this artifact is available, we'll pull from artifact from repository and deploy to dev, deploy from QA, deploy to QA, and final to the production. So this is what the way exactly we follow and work on the respective deployments, right? So in this case, like what we will be defining here, we will be doing a build stage, we will be doing a unit testing or QA. Then we will archive our artifact. We'll store that in the artifactory. And in this tutorial, the artifactory that I'm using is S3, right? So AWS S3. And once we store that, we will deploy it to dev, QA, and production. And also we will be using the SonarQube as well for code quality check, right? So we'll be using the SonarQube as well. So this is how the stage looks like, and we'll be using it here. Okay. So while starting a pipeline, generally, as I showed you, like to use the GitLab CI/CD, like you can start with a file called .gitlab-ci.yaml at the root of the project. So this particular file is this particular file will be using like special stages like stages, jobs, and scripts, right? So executed during the CI/CD pipeline, it's like it's a YAML file, and using the YAML file, like we'll be starting writing our code of here. So it's not mandatory to use this particular file, but this file generally they are using it. So you can name this file anything you want, but GitLab CI/CD is the most common name, and the product documentations like refer to this to use this file as a CI/CD pipeline. Okay. So before I write the CI/CD pipeline, I just want to tell you one thing. Ki, how exactly this pipeline works and where it will work and how it will work. So to work it, so generally what will happen, let's talk about a Jenkins here for some time. Now Jenkins, we have a master and we have a node, master agent or master node you can see. So when you run code from master, it will try to find a node, right? Or agent where this particular build will run and will build the artifact, store to the artifact tree, and then the deployment step, like it will pull the artifact from artifact tree, and then it will deploy to the dev environment, QA, or production. So in that kind of scenario, when you talk about a agent, it may be a virtual machine, it may be a container, whatever it is. Similar to this, so when we will run a pipeline in GitLab, it also need a agent to run the pipeline, right? Or in this case, in GitLab, it is called runner. So through runner, so when you configure a runner, so this particular project will run in the specific runner and it will install it. Now, if I go to the project here, let me see like which is the runner is assigned to this particular. So once I click on this GitLab, click on CI/CD, we have an option here, right? So option called like runner. So I have already runner installed here, right? So I have already installed the runner here. But if you want to know how to install runner in GitLab, there is already a tutorial available for this in my channel. You can go and watch this how to install GitLab runner in Ubuntu, right? So once I click on the runner, or once I click on the expand, I can say there are a couple of runners available inside. It has two runners. One is project runner, another one is instance runner. So instance runner is nothing but from GitLab side, which I don't want now. As of now, I don't want. So I'm just making it off as of now. For the GitLab runner side, the project runner side, I have a couple of runners available here, but looks like these are off and only one is run. So let me enable this runner for my project. So I just enabled, click on enable for the project, and this is my own runner. So when how can I call this runner in my pipeline? On what name? How my pipeline will find this runner? So I'll call him as the name called production. So this is the node runner which is tagged as a production. So this runner will be used as a production runner for my pipeline, right? So this is how like we can create a runner, install runner, and tag this runner to the respective project to work on a pipeline. And as I told you, what happens in pipeline when we write a pipeline, it has like three common stages, which is called build, test, and deploy. Okay, which is a common stage. Like we'll have a build, we'll have a test, and we'll have a test, and we'll have a deploy stage, right? So build job, test job, and deploy job. So these are the stages. So these are the stages. One is build, second one is test, and third one is deploy. Cool. So build stage, I will tell build stage this particular build job name. This is called job name. This is job name. Okay. Similarly, this is job name. Similarly, this is job name, and I'll give a stage name also similar the same one. You can give anything else. That's not like that. I'll give call like test, or here you can what you can give like you can give like build job, and here I can say test underscore job, and here I can say deploy underscore job, right? So this is a job name, and this is called stage name. Okay, so this is called stage name. So this is stage I can say like deploy, right? This is called stage name. Now I will tell my GitLab, hey GitLab, use this particular runner production to run this pipeline or to run this job production. Similar to here, I can just copy this and paste it at my other stages, right? So it is called like runner details. Okay, this is runner details. Okay, this is runner details. Now I have a sample code here. Okay, I have a sample code. I build stage, test chip, and add one more stage here where like it says like upload or S3 upload. S3 upload. S3 upload. Similarly, I'll say the called upload stage, and I will tell my pipeline to use this production tag. Cool. But here, let me give a script first. Script means what you are trying to do with this particular job. I'll say, hey, build and compile echo build completed successfully. Completed successfully. But later I'll change the script. Now here I'll just say same thing. I'll run a script. So where script will say echo test job successfully completed, test job completed successfully, right? And here S3 it will say like uploaded the artifact to S3, okay, and deployed successfully dev environment. Let's me first time here I'm just using dev environment echo deployed this of or deployed to dev successfully, right? So I have a sample code here where it says everything. I have a build stage, I have a test stage, S3 and deploy stage. Cool. Okay, have a sample code. Then let's try with the sample code first. So git stat. Now which is the branch I'm in main branch. Now let's create a branch which is called any branch like future initial state of. Oops, not able to see properly. Okay, so create branch future initial setup. I just created a branch similar to this. Now let's do a checkout to the branch future initial setup. Okay, anything wrong? Yeah, future intil. I know it's a spelling mistake. So switch to branch. Now let me check which branch I'm in now. Okay, now git add git commit. So new code for pipeline setup. Pipeline setup. Now git push. So now we are pushing a sample code to our pipeline, to our script. Sorry. Copy this, copy. Push. If you go here and click it our pipeline, now just click on build and pipeline. So you will see we will have a pipeline run here, but I definitely it will fail because I think I missed to add the stages here and it will fail with the YAML. Like yeah, it failed. Go back. I want to see the error. I know where I'm failing it. It has like build test deploy where it's like build test deploy, but I don't have the upload stage which is after test. Okay, so upload stage, this is the stage name again, stage name. Okay, so git add, sorry, git add, git commit, git push. Go back. You'll see a new pipeline will start here. Refresh. Cool. So I have 4 stages as of now, which is 2 stages are run successfully. Okay, because we don't have any code, right? We just have a echo command, and echo definitely will not fail. So it's just running. Build job, test job, S3, deploy to job, deploy like deploy job. Okay, cool. So here it says deploy job, deploy job. Okay, and stage is deploy. So I'll just like deploy. I'll just say deploy environment. Okay, fine. That is fine. So as of now, it's done successfully. Build, we have test, upload, this one. Let me add one more stage, which will be like SonarQube analysis, code quality. So code quality check. Okay, you can add like code quality check. You can say code quality stage code quality CQ code quality, and you can say pipeline to use by production tag and production tag script. I'll run again echo code quality successful completed code quality check completed. Okay, now let's git status and git add git commit git push. Okay, again it will fail because I have not added the stage called CQ. Now add a called CQ. Git add git commit git push. So you'll have one more pipeline run. The before that it will be definitely failed, and in this the second time what I push the pipeline definitely it will run. Okay, so it has added one more stage which will be like CQ stage code quality check, and let's see. Okay, so we have now some around like 4 stages, right? Now let's do one thing. Now let's do one thing, which is a simple thing. We'll start writing the actual code, right? We have this many stages, fine. Now go ahead and write our code. Okay, we'll write our actual code. So to write our actual code, what you can do it very simple. Now let's do remove this build command, echo command. You can like add a first command running build stage. Okay, and the command will use called maven. First let's compile it and let's maven clean install. Okay, now the test job, we will just say test running building test. Test running. I'll just type maven test command. Right, so as of now I have added two stages, like one is build stage, another is test stage. Now actual commands we have added. Now git add, git commit, and git push. So you remember, like when I built this project locally, it was created a target directory, right? And inside the target directory, when I check, it says me you have the jar file. You remember, right? So now let's see what is happening here. Click on the pipeline. Okay, now click on running stage. So as I told you, like we have the build stage, right? The actual code we have added. Now click on the build stage. Go to the build. Okay. So what we see, it says like build successfully. If you say, it says like build successfully. Okay, it's clean. So when we run this command locally, we saw that there is Artifactory generated, but where is that actually? It says it is builded this Artifactory, but where is that Artifactory actually? I don't see that anywhere here. It says it's created here, but where is that? So we need to archive that, right? We need to find out, and we need to archive that because we need that in the future release or the future stages. So definitely it will be there in the target directory. Okay, if you run and go to this particular path, you will see the target directory, it has this particular path. It definitely will be there. But now let's archive this one. To archive this, what you can do, so we can open the stage, and here we can add in build stage, we can add one more piece of code like artifacts. Okay, sorry, spelling wrong. So artifacts, artifacts. Now artifacts is says path. So which path? Because it was the target directory, and inside target directory the file which was ending with .var. Cool. Now let's do one thing. Push it again. Git add, git commit, and git push. Go back to the pipeline again. And there is one thing, since like there is 4 5 stages here, but as of now we are doing only 1 2 stages, right? So why other stages will run? Let's disable other stages. So how can I disable it? Let's run it. Yeah. See here, go to the build stage. Open the build stage. Let it run. Okay, let it run. Okay, so build is completed, and now if you see the right hand side, we have three options available. One is keep, download, and browse. Now if you click on the browse, you will see the target directory archived in GitLab, and inside this definitely our war file will be available. And here you go. We have the war file available here, right? So cool. So our Maven build stage is working as expected. We are able to archive our war file, and we are able to test it as well. Congratulations that we have completed two stages as of now. Now go ahead with code quality. So code quality is nothing but we will be using it through what? We will be using it through SonarQube, right? So how we can integrate SonarQube with GitLab? I have already a tutorial for this, so it will be there in the description. You go ahead and watch this, how we can integrate SonarQube with this. Anyway, I'll be also showing that you as well here. Now click on browser and go to my SonarQube, and it should be the 9000. What is IP? It says 1.10. Yeah. So once you click on this SonarQube, so now we will be integrating SonarQube with Artifact, and we'll run our code as well here. So what I did, I just log into our SonarQube. I click on neighbor. Now let me click on the project. Now it says how do you want to create the project. So I have already a tutorial for this. If you want, you can go ahead and watch it. So in this, like I'll be using this. Now how can we set up this one? So since I'm using GitLab, I can use like import from GitLab. Click on setup. I will just give a name which is called uh, Boxfuse application, or application name which is called Boxfuse, and URL API name. Just copy this line and give it here. And personal access token. So personal access token that you can get it from your pipeline. I've said not your GitLab. Click on your image, your avatar here. Once you click it here, it says like click on the preference. Once you click on the preference, like it will say you your SSH key, which is a personal access token. Click on the access token here, and once you click on the access token here and click on add a new access token, and I'll just say it says say SonarQube integration, and let me select all because I'll be using this in future for all this, and create a person token. Once it is created, copy this personal token, go back to SonarQube, paste it here, save the configuration. Now once you save this configuration, GitLab will automatically fetch with. Okay, so now again paste it here, click on save. Now SonarQube will try to fetch projects from your GitLab. I see all of the projects came out here. And which one we are using here? Our service name is called Boxfuse external client API. If you go here, just type Boxfuse external client API and we have the project. Just click on import. That's it. Once you click on import, use the global setting, scroll down and create the project. So once you create the project, I have already tested this locally in my previous video. If you didn't watch that video, go ahead and watch it and use the global setting. And once you click on the global setting, what exactly it takes some time. Let's wait. Okay, so how do you want to test it? I'm using GitLab CI and it says to add it. So copy this SonarQube token, go back here and click it on your pipeline. Now click on CI/CD. Now scroll down and click it on CI/CD. And now you will have variables. Click on variables. And an add variable. It says key name will be Sonar token. Go back to SonarQube again. Sonar token. So it says generate a token and let me generate. But let's not give token as of now. And it says like uncheck the protect variable. Go ahead and check the protect variable. And what it says, and check the mask variable. Go back here and check the mask variable. So I'm not giving any variable as of now because okay, I'll give what I can do it here. I'll give it later. Now fine, add variable. The value didn't find it. So what I can do, I will just open a duplicate line because I want to give a user token, not the project token. So user token will have access to the particular repository. So now what I will do, I'll just click on my name, my account, security. Now let's type a token called like GitLab select token as called user token and generate. Here your token. Go back to here, paste it here, add variable. Right. So what is the second variable it says to add? It says Sonar URL. Click on Sonar host. Go back here. Okay. Add this one. And what it says? It says sorry. It says in the value put this one. Okay. Uncheck the protect variable and leave mask unchecked. So go back here. Uncheck the protect variable. Now here. So we have two variables here. Okay. So one we have Sonar token, one we have Sonar host URL. Now click on variable, expand it. And once you expand it, you will see like Sonar host URL and Sonar is already. So if you click on this actions, I just want to verify. So pop and token, cool. So now go back to your SonarQube and which is your project. It's a map and build, right? So I'm using the map and build tool. So click on this, uncheck the product variable and leave the variable mask variable code. Now it says add this to your pom.xml. So you can add this to your pom.xml. Otherwise, there is another way that you can copy this and click on our project. And here you can create a directory. Sorry, not directory. You can create a file. File name you can just give sonar hyphen sonar hyphen project dot properties. Okay, sonar hyphen project dot properties. I remove the properties values. I don't need this. You need it when you're adding this to your file. Cool. So done. Now what it says, he's saying add this to your pipeline. Now copy this, go back our pipeline, and here if you see code quality, just remove this one, add, copy and paste the pipeline from here. Okay, so it has stages like okay, let's have stages like sonar cube check and sonar cube bolt report. What I can do, I can just add it here. I build code quality, I don't need it. Upload, but I can do it. That's fine. So test. So I have how many stages? One is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one build job, test 2, sonar cube 2, 4, and deployment is 5. Super. I've added here, so nothing to worry. Go back to our code again, and it says done. Okay, now what I can do? Let me push my change and see if sonar stages is working as expected or not. Git status, git add, git commit, git push. Go back to your pipeline, look at here, click on pipeline. Why it is failing? Cool. He doesn't, I didn't tell him like what is the runner they should use. I should tell them, right, ki hey, use this tag, go here, give this tag, go here, this tag, add, commit, push. What happened? Click on this build stage and see what is the issue. Build job chosen state doesn't exist. Okay. Build job doesn't exist. Okay, stage seems build. What it is? Build. Stage is build. Test. Okay. Stage is test. Alright. I need to remove this. Okay, sonar cube. Okay, so let's add it. Git add, git commit, git push, go back here, click on pipeline. Fine, it is running now. Let's see how many stages are coming up here. Build, test, upload, deploy. Why? Where is S3 Sonar Cube quality report? Cube check. Bad, very bad. Should not show this 4 stage. There is one thing we can do it, because this is a very lengthy code, right? What I can do it, I just remove this line. Just remove this line. This will be very small code, piece of code now. It will be easy to. Okay, now here what I'll do, I'll just type a new file called sonarcube.yaml. I'll paste it here. Okay, I'll paste it here. Now what I'll do it, I will tell my GitLab to call sonarcube from a different folder. So now right click, sorry. Now right click it here, put on the side. So it has build stage, which is called build, test we have, upload we have. So we have test, then upload we have. Sorry. Upload, deploy. It has sonarcube check, stage name, sonarcube check, and next one is report. Okay, and now this is defined in different file now. Now what I can do, I just tell my GitLab call this pipe file. So the command cloud includes, so the file is called sonarcube.yaml. Okay, now git add, git commit, git push, go back. What happened? Oh, okay, got it. Got it. So it says, sorry, I'm wrong here. Okay, it says like this particular two stages will be only visible from this many branches. If there is a development branch, main branch, master or merge request. So now what I'll do it, since my code is working as expected, I'll just create a merge request. Okay, so merge request from where? From a future branch to main branch. So now what I'll do, I'll create a new merge request. So merge request nothing but your changes what you have there in your future branch, it is working, and you're merging this to main branch. So create a merge assigned to me and create a merge request. So now what will happen, it will create a merge request, and I'll myself I'll approve it for now, because in corporate organizations or the real-time jobs you will send this to your lead or your senior developer to the verify if correct changes are added. So now what I did, just create a merge, and I can also do changes with this future branch, but anyway, let's merge it. You can also use this one. Instead of merging it, what you can add, you can just develop, and we are not using, we'll add this. You can just add this, it will be okay. So git add, sorry, so git commit. You can change the git commit message, but I'm giving the same messages, git push. And now go back to your code. You cannot merge it block, because I just put the new changes. Now go back to your build, let it be here only. Go here and build pipeline. So you will see like all the stages now, because the pipeline was restricted to few of the branches. I have added our branch as well, but later like I will show you like how we can manage these branches in our pipeline. So specific stages will be restricted to the specific branch. So in this case, like I have added my future branch, and let's see if that runs and help us to finish the stage, build, test, and code quality. Then after that we will add our set. Oh, okay. So this one I created a merge request, that is why it is pending. This is the pipeline that I've added. So let's see here. You will have all the stages now. Yeah, build stage, test, sonar cube check, vulnerability report. Now we'll S3 upload and deploy to dev. Let's wait for some time and see if that works. So now what I can do, let's open the stage, see what is happening with the stage. It says successfully done. So now keep and go back to our previous pipeline and see what about the vulnerability report. Okay, this is also completed. So as of now we have done the code changes for build, test. Okay, we have done for build, test, Sona cube, vulnerability, and S3 upload we have not yet done. We will do it right away and then we'll deploy to the dev environment. Cool. Now let's go to the SonarQube and see whether our project is analyzed or not. Now click on the project. Okay, cool. If you see here 2 minutes ago, this project has been analyzed, which is hello. And if you click on the project, it will tell you all the story behind of the quality check. You have like pass, and if you see you have the 3 open issues, 1 open issues, coverage, duplications. Check anything that you want to check. Okay, so let me set this as a home page, and if you click on the project, you will see this project has been analyzed successfully and it is pass. Cool. So our sonar cube also success. Now let's work on the what? Now let's work on the area upload. So this is like a sonar cube. I have created another separate trail and I'm calling from here. And now let's add one more stage which is called upload. So the jar file what we are archiving in the build stage, if you go back here, go to the pipeline and click on the build stage, and when you click on the build stage you will see there is a pipeline, there is a artifact that we are archiving it. It should be like so it should be like here you go. Yeah, browse. If you click on browse, in this you can see there is a war file that has been archived. So we need that war file to be available in our S3 bucket as well, right? So this war file. Now for that, let's write down a script for that. So I'll be using a sample scripting for storing artifact to S3. So save it and close it. Now let's create a script for this. So script is like upload dot ssh. Okay, so upload dot ssh. Bin bash. So first we will set our variables. Set variables. So what variables we want to set? We need a bucket to be created every time we push it. Okay, so we need a bucket which is called bucket name will give CI project name. Okay, CI project name, the project name. So project name nothing but is our this box fuse hyphen external client API. So bucket name will be box fuse hyphen external client API and with or commit reference name. I mean from which branch we are committing, we are pushing it. So it should be like the variable is CI commit reference name, right? So this will be our bucket name. Bucket name nothing but it will be example. How it will be? It will be like bucket name will be box refuge hyphen external client API till this is our project name and hyphen the branch name. Let's say I'm pushing from branch, it will be main branch. Or if I'm pushing from release branch, so it will be like this. It will like hyphen release hyphen branch hyphen release. Sorry, release hyphen branch hyphen 1.0.0. This is similar. I'm just putting it. Okay, cool. Now what additional variables? So inside bucket I want to create a directory. Okay, so I'll just type like directory underscore name. So directory name, what I'll give it, I'll give like CI commit reference name, I mean the branch name, CI commit reference name. So this is our strategy. So what we are saying it, we'll create a bucket with the project name. Inside the bucket we'll create a directory, the name of the branch from which branch we are pushing the artifactory. So this is the branch name and our war file or package, you can say anything you can say. So war file is nothing but it will be our in CI project directory, project dir, and inside that we have target directory and we have this hello hyphen 1.0.war. Cool. So this is the set of variables we set it. Now let's create S3. Now let's create S3. So command will be S3 AWS S3 API. We'll be using API to create it. So now create bucket. Now hyphen bucket. So bucket name will be again bucket name. So reason. So a reason I'll just type like AP South 1. So create the bucket, create bucket configuration location constraint equal to AP South 1. So using this particular command, I'll be creating a bucket, create bucket name, then reason I'm giving AP South 1 and hyphen create bucket hyphen configuration location constraint. Okay, this is wrong. Constraint equal to our region name. What you can do, you can just type your region, give a variable and type it. That's fine. This is now what you can do, create a directory inside the bucket. Create directory inside the bucket. So command is called AWS S3 API. So put object, using the put object. Let's type bucket name. Bucket name will be our bucket name and key name. Sorry, and the key name will be our folder name or directory name. Sorry, directory name. Okay. Using this command, we will create a directory inside the bucket. AWS S3 put object. Then we are telling like, but this is the bucket name, and inside the bucket name, just we are passing a key like to create a directory, which is comes with the directory name. Now, once the directory is created, we will upload war files to the directory. Okay, so the command is, so always replace it. AWS S3 RM S3. So this will be our bucket name slash directory. Oh, sorry, yaar. Small issues will create another issue. So directory name recursive and AWS CP command war file. It will copy to where S3 buckets slash directory name. Okay, we'll copy here, and finally we'll pass echo command like war file uploaded to S3 directory. So which is nothing but S3, your bucket name, then directory name, directory name. Okay, this is a sample script. Using this script, actually we will store artifact to the AWS S3. Now what you can do, let's go back to our pipeline. Here, call the script S3. So instead of give a echo command uploading artifacts to S3, and here we will call that script. So how we'll call it? We need to go inside project directory, CI project. So we'll go CI project directory inside target directory. No, CI project directory. We'll go here and we'll run a command called chmod sudo chmod logs command to uh, the file which we have created it. Okay, so what you can do, CI will go to the CI directory and ch command will give this, sorry, upload dot ssh will do this one, and after that we will run this upload dot ssh. But remember, since we are running a AWS command, we should have secret key and access key, right? So we need to tell this script to export and import our access key. So how can I do that? The command is there like AWS configure set AWS access key underscore ID, which is like AWS access key ID and secret key as well. So AWS configure set AWS secret access key. I will say that AWS secret access key. Okay, so cool. We have writing to upload a file. This is very good. And now we need to set our access key and secret key, right? So how can I do that? You can go to AWS console login. Once you log in here, you can now click on S3. No, I need secret access key. So I have already one downloaded here, so I can use that, I believe. So go back here. I have already one. I'm just using. So if you click on download, CBS, this one. Yeah, we can use this one. Mhm. Oh, it's taking a little time. So let it run. Let's let it open. it's taking a lot of time. So let's close it. If not, let's go here and click on the user. Sorry, click on the user and Terraform. Is it open? Not yet. So quit. So what you can do, scroll down it here. You sorry, click on security and scroll down. I have already a secret key. Just let's do one thing. Let me deactivate it first, and then what I'll do, I'll just delete it. Delete. Now let's create a secret key. So to create a secret key, what do you need to do? Just create a secret key. Okay, create secret key. So I've created it. So this is your access key. Now we can go back to CI/CD. This is the variable. Click on again variable. Here it will be like AWS secret. This will be key ID, right? And this is our password, which is AWS access key ID and secret access key ID. So copy this, go back to CI/CD. Okay, here then let's not max it, but don't protect variable and expand add variable and AWS secret access key, paste it and mask. Done. So I've set the variables here. Okay, so now I have made the changes here. Script is ready and this GitLab CI/CD is also ready. Upload state is also ready. Now what I can do, let me run this stage now. So git add, I'll just change my commit message like pipeline setup or area uploading, or you can say uploading to S3. Push. So when you go back your pipeline, now let's see what is happening with our pipeline.